What's up, guys? Flippin' Steve in the 302. I just caught two big black snakes in my backyard. I put them in the cooler, ran them down to a pond nearby so that they can go away and have a better life. And as soon as I got home, there was a third snake. Back with another video. This video is going to be about an Instagram deal with some cards that I was looking to sell. Had a buyer on the hook and almost blew it. We'll get into the details. We'll talk about the cards. He's in this cooler and I got to get ready to take him for a ride. I was sitting around going through some of my inventory and I decided I wanted to pull out some of my more higher end cards, some of the heavy hitters, and see if I could go ahead and cash out on some of them. I don't believe that a lot of these cards are really long-term purchases, and I really wanted to capitalize on the moment for some of these cards. So I gathered up 4 slabs, I head over to Instagram, and just started messaging people that I know are buyers on the platform. People I've sold to before, and people that I haven't sold to in the past. Let's take a look at the cards that I was looking to put up for sale. Card number 1 would be the BGS 10 Pristine Kyler Murray 2019 Downtown. This is his rookie year downtown. So anyone who has followed the channel at least since January of this year knows the history behind the Kyler Murray Downtown. I invested in the Kyler Murray very early. His market was just so deep in the dumpster at the time that I bought him that I got him really cheap. And I knew that there would be some draft hype around Marvin Harrison Jr. Between then and now, I had sold all of the Kyler Murrays and I was up about $400. And I still had the downtown. The profit that I made off the other downtowns had me $400 ahead, plus paid for the downtown as well. So putting this up for sale, I knew I could price it to sell, because even if I sold it for $1, it would be profit. Started being some comps established on eBay, so I thought it was a good time to put it up. Plus, the draft is over. I don't want all the hype to die down, and I don't know how much more hype will be there come national. This card's actually been sitting on my slabs for about a month and a half to 2 months. Dingus alert, sitting over there on my slabs for the last couple months. Second card was a Luka 2018 Select Blue Prism rookie card in a PSA 10. Let you guys get a better look at this Luka card really quickly. Numbered out of 299. And I purchased this card for about 950 bucks a couple of months ago, and the card really hasn't moved. It sold a little bit less, it sold a little bit more, and this is just a card that I'm really just looking to get out of and break even. I just want to untie my funds out of this card. Just don't see a whole lot of movement happening for him. I figured after winning the playoff series against the Thunder, at least someone would probably be willing to pay me what I paid for the card, and that was the case. I was able to basically break even on this, recoup my money. Sort of lost confidence in this card. Just don't see much hype left in it. I feel like the card was kind of losing steam, and it was going to take a lot more to get the card to move forward than it was to move backwards. Then I have the PSA 10 Solar Eclipse case hit of Patrick Mahomes. And the kicker about this card is that I bought this in a BGS 9 slab, and I snapped it out and successfully crossed it to a PSA 10. So again, my cost basis for this is very low to now what the card is valued at. So I'm really able to price to sell at a good liquid price tag, still leave myself plenty of room to make some money. Now, card number 4 is actually a Tom Brady refractor. I am not going to discuss that card very much in this video because, in fact, I believe I'm going to do an entire separate video on just that card because there's a story behind it. It's actually on its way back from PSA right now. I'm not even going to show it in the video, but it is a Tom Brady refractor card that is going to be part of this deal that I'm going to attempt to move on Instagram. Headed down to the post office to drop off some packages, and let's go ahead and tell the story about the deal. So like I said, I head over to Instagram, I start hitting up some buyers, and typically the first question I like to ask is, what percentage are you currently buying at? I sell to multiple different people, and at any given time, they may be paying more or less for the inventory that they're trying to get, also depending on the type of inventory that they're buying. So of course, if someone is paying 75% and then there's somebody else paying 85 to 90, definitely going to attack the person paying the highest percent first. So I put some feelers out there. Pretty much every person that I sent a message to was interested in the 4 cards that I was looking to move. This was going to be a little bit more of a bulk deal, a bundle if you will. Remember, when you're bundling, to avoid the double dip, do not give a percent off each card and then at the end get roped into giving another discount on the bundle, because then you're getting double dipped for 2 discounts. I talked about this in a past video. So I put it out there how much I am valuing each one of my cards at and letting the people come back at me with their offers. Now I know that my Kyler Murray is already paid for, and I also know the cost basis of all my cards. So in my mind, I'm wanting to get in the low 5,000s for this. You know, somewhere between 5,000 and 5,500 is what I'm looking to get for the entirety of the lot. I send that out to a few people. I get ghosted by a couple people don't respond, but I get the back and forth going with a couple. Finally come to a buyer who makes me an offer of 4,600. And originally I didn't know what to think about this offer. I was really thinking that it was kind of a low ball, but again, as someone who's not always out in the wild. Down here in one of the local state park areas, Abbott's Pond, going to drop this snake off. Hopefully no one gets hurt. I'm not sure what is going on out at the shows. I'm not sure where the market is on some of these cards. A lot of the cards that I have don't sell often, and I may just be out of touch. The actual value out on the secondary market, being that I don't have a lot of comps to go by. I do reach out to a friend of mine who is always out on the market, and I say to him, hypothetically, if you were to buy these cards, what type of offer would you give me? I want you to give me an offer from someone buying for a repacker, and I also want you to give me an offer as if you were just flipping on your own independently. His number came right in at $5,000. Using his input, I was like, well, I'm asking in the low 5,000s. They offered me 46. What do I really want to do? And then I actually did get an offer come to the table for $5,000 from another buyer. So the buyer who had offered me 46, I said, look, I have $5,000 on the table and I'm not really desperate for money. I just kind of pulled these cards out to see what I could do with them. He then came up to $5,000 and said, hey man, sell to me. You know, I'm easy to deal with. Of course, he doesn't know who the other person is, so he doesn't know if they're easy to deal with or not. And I mean, look, you both are at $5,000. I need one of you guys to make me an offer that's going to go ahead and just let him go.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
And about an hour to 2 hours later, I got a message back and he said, to hell with it, 5,300. I'll do 5,300. And to me, that was a number that I was happy with because I was looking to get somewhere between 5 and 5,500 because with my cost basis, that leaves me at about a $3,000 profit on this sale. Now we're going into the post office with 2 packages, and there is a story behind why there's 2 packages here and not one. One thing that I failed to mention that is very key to this negotiation, during the entirety of the thing, I am at work at my full-time job on the casino floor. Now I have access to my cell phone, but I just can't constantly have my face in my cell phone messaging back and forth with people. So there would be long time lapses between some of our messages and responses, which kind of made the negotiation slightly difficult. He may ask a question and I might not answer for 10 or 15 minutes or vice versa. So with keeping that in mind, we end up coming to a price of $5,300. We're like, okay, Venmo or Zelle? And he's like, well, I don't use Venmo, but I can do Zelle. Those are the 2 options that we have for paying, and he does not use Venmo. So attempts to send the money on Zelle do not work because he has an amount on Zelle that he can send per day, and I have an amount on Zelle that I can accept per day, basically the limits. All right, so we're exceeding the limits and we're not allowed to do the full transaction on Zelle. So we come to an agreement, well, hey, I'll just pay you periodically. You'll send the cards as they get paid for. We trust each other, we've dealt before, and that's just the way that we'll do it. And we come to an agreement and I'm like, yes, okay, I'll lock the cards in. They're your cards. They'll be sent as the money clears. At 2 a.m., I get a notification on my phone from PayPal saying you have received a payment. I have no idea what this could be because I did not have anything listed on eBay. I don't have anything really going on Veriswap right now. And I'm like, what did I just get a PayPal notification for? Did he pay me through PayPal through these cards? So I go and I look.
There he is. He does not want to go yet.
And I actually had sold the Kyler Murray on my slabs about 30 minutes after he and I had completed our deal. It had been sitting on my slabs for over a month, and I had actually forgotten that it was still on the platform. And what are the odds of it being there for so long and then someone all of a sudden buying it immediately after I had agreed to sell it to someone else?
See if we can get down here and get him to come out.
I get back with him and I'm like, dude, I got a shitty situation. Unfortunately, somebody just snagged that Kyler Murray off my slabs before I even realized it was there and could pull it out of my inventory. That's absolutely my fault. I'm like, I don't have it to sell. He really wanted me to try to figure out a way to cancel the my slab sale and still continue on selling it to him. It was not something that I really wanted to do. There wasn't even a price difference. In fact, it ended up costing me an extra $25. because of my slab and PayPal fees, and I had to ship an extra package, which you just saw.
There he goes. Pretty long. That is 3 snakes like this that I have released today. First nice hot summer day at my house, and they're coming out in the sun. I told you I just had to drop off some packages.
Now, after all the negotiating, all the trouble, all the back and forth, doing it while I was at work, I'm now in fear of this entire deal falling through and only selling the Kyler Murray because, of course, it was already sold. So I reached back out to him and I say, look, man, we valued the Kyler Murray card at $1,200. Our total deal was at $5,300. So how about if I just knock off $1,300 and make it a $4,000 deal? Due to my mistake, instead of doing the other 3 cards for $4,100, I'll take another $100 off. He countered me with, well, since you kind of made a mistake, how about we do $3,700? Which sort of rubbed me the wrong way, so I had to kind of go into hardball mode, and I was like, look, we both know that these 3 cards for $4,000 is a great deal. It's a good price for me. You're definitely going to make money. I understand if you no longer want to do the deal and you can back out. No problems. I did make an error with the Kyler Murray card, but this is a great deal, and there's no way that I'm going to eat an additional $300 off the $100 that I've already decided to take off.
You will not eat cat poop!
He quickly agreed. I guess it doesn't hurt to try to get one last discount on his end.
If I take one bite of shit, will you bring me a steak?
I'll think about it.
But I wasn't going to go for that. We ended up pulling off the deal. The cards have been mailed out to him. I received my money. Overall, a great deal on my side. And of course, he's also going to be able to make some money. My cost base on these 4 cards total was just too good. Was able to price to sell, make myself $3K profit, and actually leave $700 to $800 on the other end for him. Pretty much it, guys. Going to go ahead and wrap this video. The dingus is ready to go for a swim.
Are you ready for a swim? You have your suit on?
And then also tonight, I will be live on Off Centered with Dustin, the Sports Card Dad, and Neo Cards and Comics. Make sure you tune in at 9 Eastern Time if you want to hang out and chill and chat with us. Bring your comments and your questions. Also, before you guys ask in the comments below, those black snakes are what is known as the Eastern rat snake here in Delaware. They're absolutely harmless to people and to pets, non-venomous. In fact, they're actually very beneficial to have around in your yard and your garden. However, because I have a pet wild dingus, I have to relocate them, or she will actually hunt them down and get them. I don't want any harm to come to the snakes. National giveaway is knocking on the door. We have lots of things coming up. Hit that like and subscribe on the way out. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.
Here he goes.